Bicycle hub, what is that for?
That was on a board that they used to launch.
Oh, I see, so that rolled on it.
Yes, sir.
Huh.
They didn't have wheels, so they had to launch off something.
Oh, they launched off that board like a rail.
Yeah.
So they were bicycle mechanics?
The bicycle. That was
Smart
their primary job.
Wing is a foot longer than the left wing to compensate for the 200-pound motor and the 130-pound passenger driver. How many horsepower?
12.
12 horsepower. 4-cylinder.
One thing should be obvious. There's no carburetor. Fuel is splashed directly into the cylinders. You might say it's a forerunner of our fuel-injected engines that are in vogue nowadays. They were slightly ahead of their time.
An engine. This plane right here. Wow. Doesn't look very aerodynamic. Square wings. What is it?
It reduces the wingtip vortices, which cause drag. Later, towards the end of the war, a lot of fighter airplanes that used to have elliptical wings with a point and chopped off. Give them greater speed and more maneuverability. We'll continue on our history lesson. As, after World War I, more and more people started flying, and they start going cross-country. Initially, the airmail, and the pilots navigated by using roads, railroad tracks, rivers, and the federal government says we should start regulating this cross-country travel. So they did. They established highways in the sky, airways. And they marked these airways using beacons placed on high points of land, and these beacons were color-coded. They were going east, they were red. They were going south, they were amber. They were going west, they were blue. Going north, they were red. Now this system of marking airways, colored airways we call them, lasted into the 1960s. Even though we had radio navigation fixes to help us, the airways were still colored. And then when airplanes, commercial airplanes and others start flying higher, they established the high altitude system, making use of the VHF Omni Ring, or VOR. So they were the Victor airways. The low altitude system was still colored. I remember filing and flying a route from Naval Air Station Alameda to Naval Air Station North Island in San Diego. Filed Alameda, Red 60, Fresno, Amber 1 to Long Beach, Blue 10, San Diego, direct North Island. So the colored airways were still in position. Then eventually, once they got VOR system down low, then the colored airways disappeared. Military field over there, which one are you going to land at? Both of them have rotating beacons. Well, they made it easy for you. The military field split the white line. So instead of getting white, green, you got white, green, white, green. Military field.
Okay. So they want to go to the white, green. Okay, I'll remember that when I fly.
No longer used anymore. How do you recognize this movie?
No. What is this?
See any James Bond movie?
This is a James Bond movie?
Yeah, James Bond.
Microjet.
Yeah, it flew right through the hangar in one of those episodes.
Wow.
Attention to the white airplane hanging from the overhead of Rutan.
Oh yeah, Rutan. That one went around the world.
Not that one. That's the one like John Denver was flying. But you notice, it's got a pusher prop. And on the nose, the pitch control, the canard. Almost 100 years after the Wright brothers, melt with that configuration, still being used. So the Wright brothers were really on top of it, weren't they?
They don't have a front wheel though.
Just, it's folded up.
Folded up.
Folded up.
Okay. And it always folded up, but the rear wheels are always down.
They're always down, yes. But the reason the front wheel is out is when they parked it, they would fold it down and sit like this so they could stack them on top of it.
Oh. Wow. Star Bumblebee.
Bumblebee,
Didn't really fly, I don't think.
smallest airplane to fly with somebody in it. What's the practical use of something like that?
Easy to park.
None.
None.
Mr. Robert Starr designed, built, and flew it just to show that it could be done. He wanted to get his name in the Guinness World Record book. Why do they call it the Bumblebee?
There's a bumblebee on it?
World's smallest. Bzzz, sound like a bumblebee?
Bumblebee's not supposed to be able to fly.
Aeronautical engineers have proven the Bumblebee is not capable of flight. But nobody told the Bumblebee. So when he was building this, people said, ain't gonna fly, ain't gonna fly. And so in your face, he painted it up like a bumblebee. You're wrong about the bumblebee, you're wrong about this, and he flew it. We had his logbook in our library and some comments that he made. After the first flight, aircraft is most unstable about a longitudinal axis. The understatement of the century, because there's no aspect ratio on the wings, so it's not going to be very stable.
He crashed it, right?
No, he never crashed. Well, minor. But after the last flight of the day, on the bottom of the page, it says, aircraft is most stable when sitting on the ground.
Is this original Bumblebee? And it really flew? How long?
Not very far from a gallon and a half of gas.
Oh, okay.
It was mostly demonstration, curiosity.
Okay. Okay.
How did
Very
you get
cute.
in there?
Well, that's a secret. See where it says experimental on top?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's a hatch that comes up, and he climbs down in there, and only his head is up in the canopy.
Wow.
But once he's in there, he's got to wait till somebody comes and gets him out.
Oh no.
That is almost like a recumbent trike. 2 wheels in front, 1 wheel behind.
That's a conventional landing gear system. Just like a lot of the airplanes have 2 in front, 1 in back.
Well, that's a trike I ride. I have 2 wheels in front, 1 behind. And that's tadpole. Yeah. Ooh.
They're either going to be dead or divorced.
But he got in, did he? He didn't get either.